This is our presentation on social forces impacting adolescents, specifically cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is also known as electronic bullying or online social cruelty. It's defined by bullying through email, instant messaging, in a chat room, on a website, or through digital messages or images sent to a cellular phone. What makes cyberbullying so dangerous is that anyone can practice it without having to confront the victim. Cyberbullying has a level of autonomy that bullying in person does not, and allows for the bully to attack more victims in a shorter period of time. Moreover, social media is a constantly accessible service that never sleeps, which means the torment is inescapable. This is particularly concerning when dealing with young adults who are still developing physically, emotionally, and socially. Adolescents are known for suboptimal decisions and actions that cause an increased incidence of unintentional injuries and violence, alcohol and drug abuse, unintended pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases. Because of this, adolescents are characterized as impulsive and risk-taking, therefore leading to the idea that cyberbullying could come from their risk-taking and impulsive nature. This behavior is due to the gray matter and white matter still undergoing changes in adolescence. The development of the prefrontal cortex is believed to play an important role in the maturation of higher cognitive abilities, such as decision-making and cognitive control.
The picture on the screen gives a visual of the changes occurring in the brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex, over early to late adolescence, which is highlighted in purple. This area is responsible for decision-making and is one of the last parts of the brain to mature, giving us an idea into the developing brains of teens.
Our group's focus this assignment was social forces, in particular, the effects of cyberbullying. The movie we chose, titled Cyberbully, follows a teenage girl named Taylor, who is subjected to online bullying. We see Taylor try to navigate her way through the pressures of school, social groups, and friendships while dealing with a faceless bully. This movie aims to showcase just how universally damaging cyberbullying can be, not only for the individual subjected to the bullying, but their friends, family, and the community in which they live. The implications of cyberbullying are wide-reaching, affecting society at large, families as a whole, and the individual directly involved in the cyberbullying, of which the implications are complex and potentially fatal. The case study accurately depicts the severity of the implications and the effects of cyberbullying on the individual directly involved. Cyberbullying can lead to more anxiety, withdrawn feelings, which negatively affect school behavior and results, and predominantly among female adolescents, an increased risk of alcohol and substance abuse. In the film, Taylor's cyberbullying begins after she increases her time spent online and on social media, of which a direct correlation has been found in studies of other teenagers. As a result of cyberbullying, the anger and embarrassment felt by Taylor is reflective of 58% and 48% of cyberbullying victims, respectively. The torment Taylor receives online is also similar to what she receives in person by the same people, which is again consistent with real-world accounts of 51% of victims of cyberbullying who are also bullied in person by the same cyberbully. As many of these cases of cyberbullying happen between the formative years of ages 10 to 14 years, many cases of cyberbullying are due to issues such as gossip and jealousy, as well as friendship and relationship breakdowns.
Cyberbullying can also have implications not only for the victim, but also for their families. This issue is evident in the movie Cyberbully, as the main character Taylor becomes a target of online harassment, which leads to her feeling isolated, anxious, and depressed. Her family also bears the effects of cyberbullying as they struggle to understand what their daughter is going through and how to support her. The movie shows how cyberbullying can cause immense stress and anxiety for parents who feel helpless in protecting their child from online abuse. Another impact of cyberbullying is the potential for strained relationships between family members. Parents may blame themselves for not being able to protect their child or feel guilt over not being aware of the situation. In the movie, Taylor's mother struggles to understand her daughter's situation. And as the cyberbullying escalates, Taylor's mother becomes increasingly protective and controlling, which leads to Taylor lashing out at her family members, causing conflict and tension in the household. According to a survey conducted by Cyberbullying Research Centre, 60% of parents reported that cyberbullying had a moderate to severe impact on their relationship with their child. And this suggests that cyberbullying can create a hostile environment within families. Moreover, cyberbullying can also have financial implications for families. Families may need to seek legal assistance to address cyberbullying, which can be costly and time-consuming. In the movie, Taylor's mother hires a lawyer to help stop the cyberbullying, and she attends counselling meetings. The cost of a lawyer and paying for counselling meetings is very expensive. The average cost of a counselling meeting is $75 to $150 per session, which a lot of families cannot afford. This financial burden adds to the stress and strain that the family is already experiencing due to cyberbullying.
On a broader scale, cyberbullying creates a call for action and therefore can form unity among people. This is evident in the movie when Taylor, and specifically Taylor's mother, seek external support but come to find no established procedures from the school or police force regarding cyberbullying. This is then the catalyst to seek change. By the end of the movie, both Taylor and her mother advocate for the passing of a new law that makes it illegal to harass minors online in their state. The creation of foundations, which also bring awareness to cyberbullying, foundations such as the Megan Maya Foundation, on which the movie was based, aim to prevent and end cyberbullying. Between the 4 years of the foundation and the production of the movie, 34 states introduced anti-cybering laws, which serves as future prevention for other cases. Cyberbullying can also eradicate any positive associations towards social media. The most significant benefit of social media is connectivity. Regardless of location and religion, people from anywhere and anytime can connect. This is vitally important, especially for developing adolescents who are in the midst of dealing with the pressures of fitting in and finding their own individual identity. A common theme in the movie is friendship and likability, and how equally and important and fragile both can impact an adolescent like Taylor. In fact, the strongest positive factor against being a target of cyberbullying was positive peer interaction. However, with this power comes the ability to exploit and manipulate social media usage, hence cyberbullying. Fear and reluctance towards social media is now a natural reaction from concerned parents and community members. As research suggests, Australian parents are more worried about their children using social media and technology than drugs, alcohol, or smoking. Parents or guardians need to monitor and limit social media because it's more prevalent than ever. Taylor's mother is a prime example of this. But how can we protect adolescents without hindering them developmentally?
To reduce the effects of cyberbullying, intervention should be put into place to prevent the negative consequences. Interventions for cyberbullying fall under three main categories. One being laws, rules, and policies that monitor the use of media and put controls in place that are related to cyberbullying and other abuse. In recent times, apps like Facebook and Instagram have adapted new ways to minimize and prevent cyberbullying. For example, censoring and questioning harmful content before it's posted online. This allows for a delayed thought process, which eliminates the risk-taking and impulsive nature of adolescence. The second category is programs that educate children and young adults about safe media usage and ways to avoid and address cyberbullying and its consequences. This is seen in the movie when Taylor seeks support in group therapy, specifically for her cyberbullying. In this, Taylor meets other cyberbullying victims, including her fellow peers, which allows her to find support and relate to others. Some strategies that were given to Taylor in this therapy was don't respond or engage with the bully, Save the evidence, take screenshots, or save any messages, posts, or emails, as this evidence can be helpful in legal proceedings. Report the bullying. Most social media platforms have mechanisms for reporting this type of behavior. Block the bullying, seek support, and talk to a trusted friend, family member, or teacher about the situation, as they can offer the emotional support. The third category for inventions is approaches on technology that work to prevent and minimize cyberbullying. In reference to the third category, blocking the bullying on social media was found to be helpful to 76% of the reported victims, while removing the bully from their friend list was only 66% effective. Finally, the victims changing their appearance for their profile or identity online was only 50.5% helpful. While these are effective to immediately helping the situation, it doesn't address the roots, causes, and issues surrounding cyberbullying. Overall, these inventions have proved to be helpful in past use. However, the most effective as an intervention would be to not engage with the bully, blocking them on social media, and seeking help from a trusted adult. This would have been beneficial for Taylor to eliminate the bully and prevent the consequences that followed in the film. While blocking and reporting is a great technique to teach children to help prevent cyberbullying, there is still a risk of the bully creating new accounts or turning the bullying into an in-person scenario.
To summarize key points of our presentation, an example of a social force is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a form of online bullying. It is anonymous, in real-time act that leaves victims defenseless and helpless. Adolescents are more vulnerable to cyberbullying as parts of the brain are still developing, specifically in relation to maturity levels. Evidently, the act of cyberbullying affects the victim, the victim's family and friends, and on a broader scale, society. Interventions and strategies such as laws and policies, programs to educate the safe usage of social media, and approaches to technology help to minimize and prevent cyberbullying, and therefore protects adolescents at risk. Overall, these key concepts were demonstrated in our case study through the main character of Taylor.